Oh, what's up, creepers? And here's Christy, Atari Creep. How's everyone doing this fine afternoon? Cheryl, what's going on? Loosely collected. What's going on, my man? Thought about you a lot yesterday when I picked this thing up. It's not quite what you got. And what you got, I really want bad. I really want one of those bad. There's plenty of them out there. I just haven't had the gall to put down the $75 to $100 for one. I don't know if I have any more room for guitars. In fact, I have a whole bunch of parts and stuff, bodies and all kind. I don't know. I just want to box it up and put it away, and or fucking get rid of it. You know, get it out of the house. Don't mind me. I'm setting up the tuners to accept the strings. Probably should have done this before. So how is everyone doing today? I'm here, I'm bored. I was about to start this. I said, you know what? Let's stream. Why not? We can talk about whatever you want. We can talk about the guitar. We can talk about games. We can talk about Amico. I mean, I don't care. We can talk about whatever we want. So, that's all. Ooh, wow. Sweet grab, though. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Alan, what's going on? What are your thoughts on the Atari game station at CES? My last stream, I think I pretty much, said it all. It's probably a wicked missed opportunity. The three offerings. Here's what I think about the three offerings. Let me get my strings ready. Let me get my homemade pop filter back on here. It just fell. All right. The arcade cabinet thing, the 50th anniversary, that should have had arcade ROMs on it and not just 2600 games. In fact, I don't even think it fucking makes sense to put 2600 games on an arcade cabinet. I think they should have put arcade ROMs on there. Yeah, and that's about it. Maybe some recharged, but I think they fucked up with that one. The little handheld thing, I'm fine with that, believe it or not. I know there's 100 other ways to do that, but as a collectible for the 50th anniversary, I think it's fine. I think it is what it is. It's fine. The Game Station Plus, I think is fucking stupid as hell. I really do. There's probably a good chance I'll buy one if it's under $100, but I think it's fucking stupid. I think that should have been more than just 2,600 games. Now, I don't care about the fact that it doesn't have an SD card. People will probably be able to hack into this thing anyway, but it should have been a lot more than just a 2600 emulator. It should have been almost like the 50th anniversary collection in a console. Obviously without all the stuff, you know? Horrible missed opportunity. Horrible missed opportunity. In fact, it angers me to even think about it. So there you go. Expiration labels. Hey, have fun with that. I started to build on some Game Boy titles and the miniature war game stuff. And now I'm getting ready for work. Right on, man. I don't know if I miss working late nights or not. I know when I was in the prison system still, I preferred the overnights because there were no suits around. You know, you have a bunch of uniform guys hanging out, doing their thing on the yard, and these fucking idiots who never worked a fucking day in their life on the yard comes to you and tells you how it should be done, right? And thank God for unions, because I had no problem telling them, get the fuck off my yard with that stupid bullshit. Oh, man. And that's why when the former governor of Arizona, Janet Napolitano, was going to tour our facility, I didn't know about it. They made sure I didn't know about it. In fact, my captain called me and said, we need you to spend some of your paid time off that you've earned over the year. Take some of your vacation time. Take a whole week. Because she was going to be there for 2 or 3 days. I didn't know. And I come back to work and everyone's like, oh man, why'd you take the, found out. And I was just like, Captain. Was it Captain Grant? I can't remember which one. It was the last one I had. My last captain. He knew I would be on the yard fucking screaming obscenities at her. Now, when I got this guitar, right, I don't have the other camera set up. There's a spring. I know you're not going to be able to see it, but there's like a plate here. And then there should be a screw that goes through that plate. And a spring, and then the actual saddle. So what it is, the spring keeps the saddle from flip-flopping as you tighten it or loosen it, you know? The fucking weirdo had all the springs on the outside of the plate. And I'm thinking to myself, I mean, I know not a lot of people work on guitars or probably even know what to do with it. But logic would say that there would be no use for the springs on the outside. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a dick. But, yeah, Napolitano. She went on to work for Obama, I think, in the Defense Department or whatever, Secretary of Defense or something, I don't know. Loosely Collected says, I think the current Atari 50 was released for the console market. Machines should have been more like those. Yeah, 100%, man. I used to work overnights for years. You know how I got into... Linda, how are you? You know how I got into working overnights? When I first started working in corrections, I was what you call a cowboy. Whenever there was trouble, I was there to prove myself. You know what I mean? I'm young, dumb, and full of cum. And I was there. I was the fucking hero. My hands were on everybody, you know? You wanted to fuck around, here I come. One day, my facility administrator is like, you know what, Carl? It was after an incident where a kid got drilled in the chest by me. He's like, you know what? I think you need some time off. I think you need to go cool out and rethink your thing here. I used to be a very angry person. I am now again, but that's another story. That's another story. Worked years and years to get rid of that anger. All right, a couple of dead notes here and there. Nothing we can't probably adjust the truss rod. Cool. I wonder if this is the first time it's had a string on it in however long. So going back to what I was actually talking about. They gave me like a couple of weeks off, and they were like, yeah, just go chill out, and then when you come back, we want you on the overnight so you can slowly ease back in, and then we'll see how you do, and if you can't handle it, then you're just the type of cat that just can't handle it. And luckily I figured it out, because eventually I started loving the job. It wasn't as stressful and all that, and I stopped caring about the tough guy aspect, But then I started working the overnights, and I was just like, you know what, this is me. I had no problem staying up. I had no problem. Sorry, I was adjusting the strap buttons. I had no problem staying up. I mean, there were some nights that were tougher than others. And when you work in corrections, if you have to work overtime, more times than not, it's a whole nother shift. Sometimes you can get away with doing the first half and then going home, or coming in, for the last half of the previous one and then work your shift. Where the fuck did I put that Allen key? It's tiny, so I gotta make sure I put it in the same spot. But I fell in love with the overnights, bro. I love the overnights. I actually took a job on the overnights here. I was working at some place called Coke, with a K, not Coca-Cola. They made big industrial filters. But what happened is you have to keep dunking them in, letting them soak up, and then you have to look for air bubbles so you can fix the, whatever. And they just started getting so heavy, and my hip just couldn't handle it. And I kept falling. Like, I wouldn't say anything, and I wouldn't call out, and I wouldn't be like, hey, can I take a break? I just kept going, And I just kept falling. Like, what would happen is there would be a nerve that would get pinched, and my left leg would just disappear for a few seconds. And I just like, boop! And eventually they were just like, you gotta go, bro. We appreciate your hard work, but you're a fucking liability. My lady didn't like it very much that I worked the overnights. She didn't like it when I was on second shift. Fuck, if you're even still in here, you don't like any shift. I take as long as it's Monday through Friday and fucking office hours. Alright, let's get the strings on here. I love the overnights, man. Love it. Actually, I went to go work for, I think it was BJ's. I forget what happened with that. Oh, I know what happened. I was overdoing it. It didn't take one night, and I couldn't walk the next day. So unfortunately, I can't do like a lot of heavy labor, even though I keep trying. But I don't know. It is what it is. And lately, it's been fucking hurting because it's been wet and cold, and we're gonna be getting some snow tonight. So overnights. I love the overnights. I would fucking do it for the rest of my life if I could. I had blackout blankets in my bedroom that my now ex-wife could have, left them closed. And then when I got home, oh, this tuna's fucking jamming up. Man, you gotta love these cheap tuners. But, alright, what else is going? Let's see, Linda. Is the spring thing the thing I noticed? Yes. When you said it looked weird. Did you hear that they found Carol Baskin's husband? Breaking news last night. I did not. Is that the fucking Tiger people, whatever it is? I never watched the Tiger King or whatever the fuck that was. It just looked too rednecky for me. I'm open to a lot of things, but I still grew up in the Boston area. So I never watched Tiger King or whatever. I'm not into that kind of soap opera style stuff. Alright, look at this shit. There's tension on the neck. It's starting to do its thing. I'm not even going to adjust anything until I get all the strings on and get this to full tension. There we go. I just broke the table. It's a pretty nice guitar. The first thing I did with this thing is, hey, S. Mill, what's up, buddy? Here it is. Here it is. The first thing I did, of course, was I took it apart, except for the neck. And a lot of times with these guitars, I had to take a few screws out to fix the spring and everything. And thanks for coming by, buddy. I really appreciate it. You notice that little symbol next to S. Mill? That means he's part of the Creep Collective. He's going to be in the running for winning free shit from me. During live streams. That's all I ask, is that you join that as a contract to say, yes, I do want to win stuff, and yes, I will give you my address, and no, you won't have to hunt me down. Because there's nothing worse than having a fucking giveaway, whether it just be a quick one every stream, or one that drags on, and then you pick a fucking winner, and you're like, yay, I'm so glad you got it, and you're like, you know what, give it to someone else, man, I want to be generous. I fucking hate that. Take the fucking prize. Take the fucking prize. No, don't worry about it. I don't want it. I just chased you down for 2 weeks. Give me your fucking address. I'm going to hand deliver it. I'm going to hand deliver it. With my hands. During the delivery. You might feel like you gave birth afterwards. Because we're going to have to remove my shoe from your colon. Stupid. Yeah, I did go out on the porch. I had a little bit of a bad moment earlier. I had an argument with one of the kids, and then some of my PTSD started fucking popping out. And I was just like, fuck! So I went out on the porch and fucking lit up a bowl. Been real anxious lately. It's weird. Really weird. Yeah, it's a weird humbucker. It looks like a Fisher-Price toy. It's made by First Act. It's called the Overload. I've been calling it the Overlord because my phone keeps wanting to put the word Overlord. So fuck it. I'm not really going to do much to it. I kind of dig the bridge. It's like this minimalist. It's a regular, solid mount bridge, your Strat style saddles, but it doesn't have anything extra. It's literally just enough to do what it has to do. And it's still solid. It doesn't feel cheap. I mean, the saddles probably have to go. I will most certainly be fucking doing something about the saddles. But for the most fucking part, it's, hold on one second. I fucking hate getting a string started. There we go. Someone remind me what I was talking about and why I was talking about the saddles. But yeah, when I brought it home yesterday, I was taking it apart. I took off the pick guard. I took the pickups. Nothing felt like when you work on cheap guitars, like every screw feels like it's about to fucking snap off or strip, you know? Everything felt solid with this thing. I'm telling you. And we talk a lot about first act guitars over on the Creepy Crawl. It's my vlog channel. There should be a link down below. Oh, yeah. I really wish they would come back. In this age of guitars, like you have Glary and Donna and Ert, and all these companies making sub $500 guitars that blow well beyond their price point. I get there's probably not like very ethical things happening behind the scenes. And I mean, I could go either way with that. That would cause me not to buy it, but I own a lot of it. Like I have a couple of Glaries. I have, I know the Epiphones are made in a proper factory and all that, but in this day and age of what you can do with an electric guitar at the price points they are, I swear to fuck, there's no reason why First Act shouldn't come back. They have a great reputation now. I mean, most people will look at it and go, okay, those were the guitars sold in Walmart, which is why their custom shop probably could never take off. They had a custom shop right here in Massachusetts. I want to say it was in Everett, which is 1.5 towns away. The quality of this fucking thing is blowing my mind. I'm not going to sit here and try and tell you this is a legit like Gibson or anything like that. But the body has great weight. It's a solid piece of wood, maybe 3 or 4 pieces. So fucking what? And every screw doesn't feel like it's going to snap off or strip. I don't know how the fuck they're doing this and making money. I don't get it. They cheese out on the electronics. Of course they do. They cheese out on some of the hardware, but these bridges are solid. They may be pot metal, but they're not thin and cheap. The saddles could, again, need replacing, but let me at least get somewhat to pitch. I fucking dropped nothing. I just almost gave you guys the brown note. I think I have it like a step down, but ooh. Alright, we're gonna have to figure out what that is, but that's okay. But I don't see why. From Sears, have you heard of Harmony guitars? Yeah, I have a Harmony actually. Looking at it, the body's right there. There's a Harmony or a Sears branded Telly style guitar. It's usually cream and has these giant white pickups. I almost got one for like $50. I really want one again. Or the opportunity to own one. When I said again, I used to have an old Sears tube amp that I gave no respect to when I was younger because I was a fucking thrash metal guy, you know? I wish I still had it today. It was just a simple, I want to say it just had one knob. But it took a good 5 minutes for the tubes to warm up. And thinking back, I think it sounded great. But yeah, no, Harmony, I know all about Harmony, man. Harmony made some pretty, they're still around actually. They make a higher end guitar now. Like they did back then too, but they got pigeonholed in that student level stuff. But Harmony makes some pretty cool stuff. I mean, I love the 60s era of import guitars. 60s and 70s especially. Oh my god. Those were the king of like the Japanese, what I call the hardware store. The hardware store guitars. You know, it could either be a Tesco or a Harmony. They would just slap any fucking name on them and just sell them in different places. Sears catalogs as well. This is all right. So you just saw me bend the end of the string. It's because this thing it loads from the rear instead of from behind the guitar. So you have to get the string in and up through the saddle. Whoever designed this, Leo Fender, I would like to punch you in your stupid dead face. It's such a pain. There we go. It's such a pain. I used to actually keep like a business card under there and then kind of drag it, and then it would poke its way through and I'd grab it with pliers. I mean, I've gotten good enough to where I can just do the thing now. But let's see. Loosely Collector says Walmart might be your answer. A lot of companies are desperate to get their products in Walmart stores and will take losses to get in because Walmart wants a certain price point. Yeah, yep. It runs a lot of small companies into the business. Yeah, you know what? That's probably a lot. Yeah, I agree. The headstock of my first act, Alex says, is very thin. And we're having a hard time finding tuners. And this guy has a buttload of them. Honestly, dude, and I hate to say it, you're going to have to buy 2 sets. It sucks. But you're probably going to have to buy 2 sets to accommodate that headstock. And we were going to do that. So if you want to bring it back, you could probably get her done. If not, no, don't worry about it. But yeah, weird configurations like that are tough. When you have like a 2x4 or, you know. It's cool seeing changes and differences, but at the, you know, on the other hand, I think I'm gonna turn this around. On the other hand, it's like, why do you have to be fucking special? Why do you want to be different? Stupid guitar. Alright, so I haven't even heard this thing. I haven't plugged it in. I don't even know if it makes noise. I have to admit. I don't even know if it fucking works. But we're doing this anyway. Alex, thanks for coming by, man. I really appreciate it. We'll talk in a little bit. Talk to me tonight. I'll probably stream again tonight. I don't know. I want to talk about my latest pickups. A lot of Atari stuff, man. I want to make a full video about my new flash card for the Jaguar, but check it out, right? So, what the fuck? Go where you belong. He was in the wrong saddle. I mean, the wrong slot here. That's not supposed to sound like that. Oh, I'm plugging on the wrong side. There we go. I still have to stretch them out too, so close enough. Close enough. Let's see. Gotta run. I'm at work. Yeah. We'll probably. I don't know. I want to talk about the. We're going back to the Jaguar dealio. I made the joke in the Atari Age forums the other day, or not the forums, the Facebook page, that I don't like modern gaming because of fucking updates and downloads. So I got a flash card for a retro system, the Jaguar, and the first step is I have to update it. Oh, man. I wouldn't even know how to fucking put ROMs on it. Actually, that's not true either. I've updated my ROM list for the Atari Flashback Portable by AtGames, so that's not exactly true. If anyone wants to know, I use Ernie Ball. I use Ernie Ball 10s. Just your old school lime green with every fucking guitar player ever written on the back of it here. I got a set of these for the first time when I was still working in bands, you know. I can't remember. What did I used to play? I was GHS boomers when I first started because, of course, everyone was, right? Yeah, I can't remember what I was using before, but I liked them. And I was at a rehearsal with this band called Noise. And one of the cats in there had these. And they're like, dude, try these. Because I think I needed a restring. I think I popped a string or some shit. Those were the days where like you had one guitar. You brought a guitar to rehearsal and you know this fucking thing. I hate this style of bridge. I really fucking do. And I was like, wow. And a lot of people don't give a lot of credit or thought to things like strings. I mean, like serious people do, and you know, like professionals, of course, who record, and it's their bread and butter. Come on, you bitch hog. There we go. There we go. Come on. Ah, go up in the saddle. But I strummed it, and I was just like, wow. That sounds wonderful. And I don't break these as much as I used to break other strings. Ironically, I have two guitars right now with busted strings, and they're all they're all Ernie Ball Slinkies. But no, these are great. These are great strings. I tried the steel cobalts or something like that, where they freeze them or something. There was always a fucking gimmick in the '80s. I hated it. The '90s. I could sell me guitar strings, you cocksucker. We freeze them for exactly 40 seconds. Flash freeze. And you get a lot more tone. Fuck out of here with that stupid stuff. Alright, here we go. But then I got a set of these and I was just like, wow. Yeah. Yeah. I started using 10s with my Les Paul. I started with a Kramer ST600 as, you know, like my legit guitar. Justy, what's going on? Thanks for popping in. And, you know, I mean, I went through this guitar and that guitar, and buddies owed me favors, so they gave me a guitar, or someone didn't quite deserve it as much as I did, so I kind of hostily took a guitar. You know, shit happens. Shit happens. But then I eventually ended up with a black Designer Series Explorer. Exactly the one that, you know, James used back in the Puppets days, mainly. But it was all black. And the white one, honestly, from day one was the one guitar I always wanted. And every time we would go into a store, I could do a whole video on it. Every time we go in a store, I'd say, hey, I'm looking for a Gibson guitar that's shaped like a fucking fin on a car. It's all white and rear routed. And a lot of times I would get, why do you want that? I'm thinking to myself, do you have one? Motherfucker. But I had the black one for a while, and then I got bored of it. Which I should never have. That thing should have went to the grave with me. I should have eventually just had it, you know, re-sprayed at a Gibson dealer, you know, authorized repair shop. But I traded it in for a brand new Les Paul Studio. It was wine red with gold, and it had the trapezoids. And this is the key feature. It had the ebony fingerboard and not the rosewood. And the fucking thing, yeah. The fucking thing was beautiful. Beautiful. I remember I was at a party with it, right? And, I'm having trouble here. Something's hanging up. Something's hanging up. It's probably the saddle. The saddle's probably caca. And I remember the dude being like, oh, fucking rich kid, we get this super nice guitar. He was an older guy, probably in his, you know, late 20s. you're a teenager, you're partying, you think you're cool hanging out with the older kids, right? And I remember looking at the guy and going, I work for Friendlies. I fucking worked my ass off. I had to save to buy this fucking thing. It was one of those things where, you put money down every week. Here's a little more money. I'll be back in a few weeks. Here's a little bit more money. In a couple of weeks, after about 2 months of doing that, you finally get to bring the fucking thing home. I felt fucking offended by the guy, so I started a fight with him. Turns out he couldn't use his legs. I felt awful. Fucking dude, he had the crutch things. He stood up with them, and I'm like, okay, so do I fight this guy for accusing me of something? I mean, equal everything, people. I don't know, but we all calmed him down. He was just one of those guys. It was his birthday party too, his apartment. We ended up hanging out there all the time. It was downstairs from, not from my now ex-wife, but next door was her friend Jen. And it was down on the first floor there, just up the street from where we are now. But I ended up hanging out with him. His wife was wicked rad. She was fucking rad. He was just, he was going through it, And I guess his mom gave him a birthday cake with a guitar on it and some kind of relationship issues. He lost his fucking mind and got all upset, and I fell for the fucking guy, I can relate. I can relate, believe me. But the point of the story was he was fucking snarking at me for having this wicked nice guitar because he thought I was a rich kid. I'm like, I live down the street. I'm the same neighborhood as you, bro. And the street I lived in was not the nicest street. I mean, it wasn't like dangerous or anything, but that side of town is just this street called West Wyoming Avenue. It's literally the other side of the tracks. And it was closer to the city next to us, which gave it more of a city vibe, which the rest of the town didn't like, So, if I could do it, end up being, disabled. Whatever. That's my luck. Creep. Can you ask only one Amico question? Only one? No! Today's an open chat, bro. It's an open chat. If I have an answer, I will answer it. If I don't, I'll give you an opinion. Or, of course, I'll just tell you shut up. No, I'm just kidding. West Wyoming Ave. Come on, Cheryl. Yeah, I hate it any time shop guys or retailers tell you that what I'm asking for isn't... Yeah, and it's funny that they would do that. But I could never find one. I never saw one in person. I still, to this day, with the exception of seeing James Hetfield play it during the Justice for All tour when the Cult was opening up for him, I had 6th row center tickets that I stole the money from my mother's purse just before her and my dad went out on a vacation for the weekend. It was only $40, but whatever. Sorry, Ma. Never even got questioned. It never even got questioned. Hey, we have strings on it. We have 6 strings on this cocksucker. Can't play the guitar without the guitar string. And I'm seeing that I don't know if I want to move the saddles. I think I'm going to adjust the truss rod. I am going to lower the string just slightly and see if I get any serious fret buzz. Let's get this somewhat to tune though. Oh, I never even brought this one up to pitch. Alright, so I think what's happening here is our nut. Our nut wasn't cut very well, and string 1 and 2, the high-end strings, are too close to the frets. And they're just fucking choking out because there is a Buick worth of space here. And there's nothing it should be choking out on. Maybe a quick adjustment, because it does kind of have a back bow. Maybe a quick adjustment with the truss rod can help solve that. But I am going to bring the strings down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because if I'm going to adjust it to where I want it, I want to see if it'll play there. So, my feeler gauges. My nut files. I had a set of feeler gauges over here. What the fuck? No, well, I'm just going to have to do it by touch. By touch and eyeballs. Alright, let's see. Justy. My one and only Amico question. Tommy, to me, knows how to play the piano. But the guitar, I doubt it. How come musicians can't see that? I don't know if he can or not play the guitar. I have to admit, I don't think I've watched any videos of him actually playing. So, I don't know. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're going to be adjusting this fucking neck. We're going to be adjusting this neck. How are we going to do this? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to adjust this thing. But as far as whether he can play or not, I never gave it much thought. I never looked at him like that. I mean, I know he is a musician, and him and I have chatted about, different gear or whatever. Like when I did my interview with him, I asked him. It might have been off camera, but I remember he got like real serious about it too. He's like, well, it depends on what you want to do. The question was, is he a Fender or a Gibson guy? And I think he took it as a serious question, professional question. And he was like, well, it really depends. I mean, if you're trying to go in the studio and this is the kind of... I was just like, oh, come on, man. This is when I first started getting to know him. I'm like, not that kind of a question, bro. Just answer it. Do you like the Gibson style of things or the Fender? Which way do you go? Because everyone has a choice. Now, don't get me wrong. I have Gibson and Fender-esque guitars all over the place. I have Gibson guitars here. Mostly I like that scale, but my hands like shorter scale guitars, so. But there's no, there's no beating a fucking Telecaster set up just right. The right fucking vibe. So, what I'm doing right now is I'm looking down the neck, and I'm looking to see where the strings are throughout the whole neck. So, at the nut end of things, it's real tight and close, like to the point where it's dangerous. And down here, there's a lot of space, which tells me that there's room to bring this neck slightly back. And hopefully it'll open this up. If not, I'm either going to have to shim the nut, the nut temporarily, or just order something and cut a new one. I was kind of hoping to play it today, but what are we going to do? Let's get the truss rod exposed. You're exposed, sir. Who's that? I wish that show was still on. I'm going to expose you. I go back and forth with him. Richard Review Tech USA. There's something about him. He's a good dude. I like his videos. I just don't find him as genuine anymore, But his channel has 1 million subs, so what the fuck do I know? I'm just an Atari gaming guy working with guitars. I'm not even putting it on the camera. You know what I mean? All right. It's not gonna work with my little set here. I gotta get another little bit. Another little bit. They're so peaceful. Okay, I'm missing something here. Wait. There were two Ave and Street. West Wyoming Avenue. It wasn't a street, honey. Where the Lincoln School is? It's an avenue. It's not a street. It's not like it was my address at one point. 85 West Wyoming Avenue. Do not harass whoever lives there now. Internet. What the fuck? What is going on here? Right. So what else is going on? Loosely say it just says I said that because of around other guitarists, and if there's a guitar around, they have to pick out play. Yeah, that's 100% correct. But he never did that. Okay, so think about it this way, and I'm not sticking up for the guy because I really don't know. Yeah, whether he can play or not, I don't know. I don't know if this is something that's been an issue to talk about before or not. And to be perfectly honest with you, unless we're actually talking about musicians, it's kind of stupid. But you're 100% correct. And when I say stupid, I mean if you just try and expose like one more thing, giving you Amico and all that. So that aside, good question because you're right. But I think what it is there's a difference between cats like me and, like a lot of you folks that play, that when they walk in the room, the first thing they want to do, almost like most people want to pet your dog or your cat or whatever. I keep banging it. All right, I'm going to be changing my mind here. I can't get these screws to come out. Well, fuck a doodle do. It does help if I have the right tip, though. No tip jokes, no tip jokes. Where the fuck did that one tip go? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know, Captain. I wish I had my toolbox right here. I could, get the right bit. But I don't have it. But, okay, so the point I'm trying to make is he's on stage a lot. He's been playing music professionally for years and years and years. And I know that itch would still exist in the guitar player. So don't come at me about that. I know that still exists in any guitar player. But when you've done it professionally for so long and you're on stage like night after night after night after night, it probably just doesn't have that same, unless you're looking at something new or, at that point, and I remember when I would be out playing and everything, if I came into a room that had a guitar, I would want to pick it up, but it would just be more like me just being like, yeah, the president's whatever. I'd just be just noodling. So that's a great question. I don't know. I don't have a legit answer for you, but that's a wonderful question. I need to get this cocksucking truss rod off. And I don't understand why none of my screwdrivers will work in this fucking screw. This screw. You know what? I'm going to do this. There we go. We got it. Alright, let's see. You should have a second channel called Arts and Creep. Love those streams. I know. You were asking about it last night over on DJC's stream. That is a mood thing, bro. For real. Or, whatever. That's a mood thing. If I'm painting or making something, I'm like, you know what? I want to share this. And a lot of times like this right here, this is a great example of it. I wasn't in the mood to stream, and I wasn't really in the mood to do this. But then I said, I'm going to do this to make myself feel better because today was a rough day. And it has. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. Just stream it, dude. No one's going to come in anyway. I got fucking 9 people in here according to the counter I'm looking at. Hey, Twisted Tech, what's going on? Thanks for coming by. So I'm like, well, I might as well, give the content to the channel, chat with you fine folks, because I love getting to know you guys just as much as you get to know me. And that's, I would say, is the whole purpose of fucking YouTube. You know what I mean? Expressing yourself and getting to know people. I've met a lot of really rad cats over the fucking almost 10 years I've been doing this. It'll be fucking 10 years this coming December. So, we'll have a big anniversary thing then, too. But, yeah, I was, okay, fuck it. And I literally set it up real quick, took a quick picture, the thumbnail, and put it together, and I use PhotoGrid. It's a free app on the phone, and You just got to remember to click on the watermark to get rid of it. Bob's your fucking ankle. Manhattan clam chowder is disgusting. I don't even know why they try. That reminds me, I haven't had any chowder yet at all this winter. I mean, I know that the winter just started, but do you like clam chowder, Jesse? Says, you motherfucking-lutely, I love clam chowder. I love clam chowder. I like fish chowder. My grandmother used to make it, and my sister now makes it on the holidays. I love fish chowder, and I love clam chowder, the white. And there was this other soup my grandmother would make that's not a chowder. So I like the fact that around here there's a phrase called chowder head, and I use it on the channel. My dad was famous for calling people that because he was a minister and he didn't want to say, you fucking stupid prick. So he would get so mad and go, you chowder head. So, all right, so we're going to stop playing with this. We're going to stop playing with this for a little while. Because I need to get into my toolbox to get a different set of screwdrivers to get this fucking truss rod cover off. Okay, so talking to the novice. Whenever you see these things here, what it's doing is it's covering a nut or a slotted screw-like thing in here. And there's a metal bar that goes throughout the whole neck to keep it as straight as possible or to give it a little bit of a bend. Or, you know, when the tension of the strings want to make the wood go like this, you need to counter that with something. So they put a fucking metal rod in there, and it's anchored at the basically where the body is, that part of the neck, and you can adjust it. You know, some of them are reverse. You know, some you can adjust from down here. I think Warmouth are the ones that, or I'm sorry, on the side here. I think Warmouth are the company that came up with that. But so I'm going to adjust that to see if I can't get that to stop making a choked out noise, because I'm pretty sure it's the nut or the neck's twisted, but I'm not seeing a twist in it. I'm not seeing the neck's saying let's do the twist. In fact, there are no signs of a twist here. I honestly believe the nut is just grossly miscut. Oh yeah, holy shit! I'm looking at it now. You can literally see that the thing's on an angle, which it kind of should be, but oh my god. Oh, man. Don't you wish you could see what I'm talking about? Entertainment. But the question is, does it make noise? Lobster bisque was always good, too. Yeah, I don't, it's a little rich for me. Lobster bisque. But yeah, no, that's great stuff. Let's see, Twist Tech. New England clam chowder is so good that even crappy Campbell stuff is good. It's impossible to make a bad New England clam chowder. I think you're kind of right there. The trick with like the Campbell's is don't use all milk or all cream. Do like a 75-25 split with a little bit of water just to thin it out just a little bit. But yeah, it's nothing like a nice clam chowder with some fucking saltines and a bunch of black crushed pepper. All right, let's see if this thing even makes noise. I'm going to go plug the amp in. I didn't even think to do this ahead of time. Again, it was just kind of a last-second thing to do this to begin with. And to introduce, and to, invite you guys into it. So, it's a tube amp, and I don't have a standby button on this old school one, so it's going to take a minute for the tubes to warm up. Oh, I hear something. So, while the tubes are warming up, the only thing I've done to the guitar, again, is I've examined it, I've pulled everything apart. Hey, take it easy, loosely collected. Thanks for coming by, man. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Because I gave it knobs. It didn't have knobs. And I, repaired the spring job over here. And now I put strings on it. So that's literally all I've done besides, gave a guy $35 for it. Not a fan of any clam chowder, but willing to make it for you. I don't understand that. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand how New Englanders can't like clam chowder. All right. Is it still in tune? Perfect. Perfect. Guys, it makes noise. The volume works. Tone works? You know what? Another thing I really like... Ooh, that sounds actually pretty good. Alright, let me tune it up. Can you guys actually hear that? Yeah, no, E. What was that, drop C? Let's see, what are we going on here before we play a little? I'm allergic to most chowder. Stinks. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. Creep, a favor for a friend, sweet and tender. Can you say crab legs? I just say crab legs. Well, sweet and tender hooligan? How come he's not in here? Or are you them? Is that why you won't be in the same place at the same time today? I'm just fucking with you. Yeah. Him and I have like a tumultuous relationship, and a lot of it has to do with my attitude, so. Ooh, sounds sweet as an angel farting in your mouth while eating ice cream. It makes noise. The lower register sounds great. I think the soloing part of it, the higher end register, I don't think it's as good. So it looks like I'm going to be playing around with a nut for a little while instead of nutting myself, you know. Such is the life of a guy who tinkers around with stuff all the time and collects too much crap. So it is what it is, you know. Crab legs. There, he can have that too. Actually, you know what? Let me tune it up to pitch. The reason I didn't is because the A string tuner is binding up. I might have to loosen it up a little bit. No, we'll do a drop D style. Yeah, it needs an intonation real bad. Alright, that's enough of that. It's not staying in tune. It doesn't want to intonate. Well, I haven't even tried to intonate it yet. But it's choking out. So I gotta somehow get this truss rod cover off, adjust the truss rod, and see if that helps. I'm literally probably just gonna tap the nut, put a little shim under it, and go from there. Just for now. Yeah, oh god, yeah, Alex. It needs a wicked setup. All I did was put strings on it. I haven't really done anything except for lower the bridge height. Yeah, this thing needs everything as far as, you know, playability is concerned. It needs a neck adjustment. I probably should have hydrated the neck. The fretboard is dry. I wanted to make a desert/vagina joke there, but nothing came to mind. So if you know a good dry vagina joke, go ahead and leave it down there in the comments. Please do. But hell yeah, Justice. Thanks, buddy. Favor for yeah, you know, I feel bad. And Sweet and Tender and I went back and forth a few times, and like I said, it was probably due to my attitude. Fuck it, we'll just say it's a 50-50 thing. But he's more than welcome over here. I haven't blocked him or anything. I don't hold on to shit. I would never hold on to anything, especially something that trivial concerning a video game or our thoughts on them, I should say. You know what? Let me see if raising the saddle would help just a little bit. It's kind of bumming me out that I can't at least play Wasted Years by Iron Maiden for you. The opening that Bump. Oh, now it's touching the pickup. This is so weird. I wonder if this neck is just junk. It could just be fucking junk. The body's fine. I got plenty of necks. Yeah, see, fret 1 and 2 sound exactly the same. If it didn't choke out when I wasn't fretting it, I would think it was just a high fret, but yeah, that's weird. Oh, I unplugged it. Oh well. You'll have to hear it dry. Yeah, that's cool. I like it. I just need to set it up or get a new neck for it, which isn't hard at all. As a matter of fact, I have another first act that's over there. It's like a telly copy. And it came with a telly style neck that a friend of mine gave me. But I ended up getting a first act neck that wasn't for that guitar, but one that I thought would look better on it anyway. So, love it. Thanks, Justy. I would appreciate it. Anyone got any more questions or any thoughts on a topic? If not, I'm probably going to start getting ready to get going. Another hour and a half or so. My lady's going to be on the choo-choo train on her way home. So I need to start like picking a few things up here and getting things going. Plus, I'll do it tomorrow. My snake might be hungry. He hasn't eaten the last 2 times, but I think it's because I gave him a great big new home and haven't really cluttered it enough for him to feel comfortable in it. I feel awful, so I rearranged it, put a few new things in there, and he seems to be a lot less stressed, so to speak. So I'm hoping this week he'll eat. If not, they can go a year without eating, if not more. I had a snake that just didn't fucking eat. Once in a while, he'd be like, "All right, I'll nibble," but he was always comfortable. He was fine. He was friendly. That was a corn snake. I don't like corn snakes. Those are the snakes that just look gross. The ones that are just literally one size all the way through. Maybe it's a phallic thing. I don't know. But he fucking ate like maybe once every 6 months. He was just like, whatever. Whatever he didn't eat, my girlfriend's tarantula did. That fucking thing got huge. That was a big fucking... He got all the fallout, you know? And what was great about a tarantula eating like a little rodent is what they do is they puncture into the body that if this type of thing bugs you, I'm about to get gross. They liquefy the inside and suck it out. So at the end, you just have this little furry ball and a tail. You just pull it out and throw it in the yard, and other creatures will finish it from there. Creep, hope you have an amico day. Be easy, man. Yeah, you too, Jesse. You take care. But yeah, I'm going to call it that, guys. I'm going to get ready to start doing my thing, my evening thing. And I'll play around with this guitar, and more than likely you'll see it on my vlog channel next. I do want to stream tonight. Talking guitar, gaming stuff. Mainly like my new stuff. I just got 7800, which I haven't really put out there too much. I got the Jaguar. I got the flash card for it and everything. And of course, streaming in the evening you tend to get a lot more viewership that way. But either way, if you haven't joined the Creep Collective, it's only 99 cents a month. Go ahead and do that. That's so you can win free prizes on these live streams. S. Mill's like, when the fuck are you going to do it? I got something special for the guys who've been here. Don't you worry. For the guys who've been here for a little bit, I want to make it fair, though. It's like 3 years, you know? I came to my conclusion at 5 people. Once I have 5, that's when I'm going to start doing things. But the initial founders of the Creep Collective will get something special. From me. Whether it's, a hand job or I don't know what it will be, but it'll be something not the same as everyone else is going to get. So, guys, I hope you have a great evening. I really do. I don't know where my mouse is. Where's my mouse? I can't stop the stream. They're going to know everything I do once I hit go. But, oh well, it is what it is. Yeah, I hope everyone has a great afternoon. Hopefully, if where you're at gets snow night like we're going to get it, you don't get fucking murdered with it. Unless, of course, you want to be. Fucking weirdo. But, yeah, that's it. So, guys, I hope you're well. I really do. Until next time, take care. Keep it real. And bye-bye.